This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Hey there, this is Brian Sebastian with movie reviews and more. And I love it when people just pop in, like Howard. But they're here. It's Tuesday. It's always Giving Tuesday. You have to always give to your favorite charity, no matter what it may be around the world. Obviously, ours is Dream Your Arts, Dream Your Artist Ranch. So with that, streaming worldwide on over 100 outlets around the world and being one of the best in the world. And now we're at, guess what? 28 million views and counting. So I've been looking forward to this show because I found this young lady. And she didn't have to be nice or anything like that. She didn't have to say anything, but she was. And it's all about being that great DJ, that being that, that great teacher when it comes to country line dancing and everything like that. And I really love being at Stoney's Rockin country music in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it was really, really good. I got to say hi to Manda Ryan. So, Manda, hold out spots for a minute because we're going to come back to you. So, you got to meet the rest of the gang. So let's start with Felicia because she's wearing the cowboy hat today, besides Howard. So from Knoxville, Tennessee, she's starting Women in Film and Television. We've got some good things going on with that, which Felicia will talk about later. The one and only Felicia Andes. And then Sunshine is going to be popping up as soon as she comes in from work. So all the way from Sherman Oaks, California, nonstop. She's been kicking ass lately. I'm really, really happy with what she's been doing. The one and only nonstop Terri Marie. Terri, you officially have over 4 million views and counting now. Congratulations.
Good. I'm sorry I've been missing in action. I was really, really sick the last 2 weeks, and I finally raised myself from the dead.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So with this, hopefully, Howard, and we're going to cheat because we know what happens when we have a bad connection some side. So from Brentwood, Tennessee, the one and only, the actor, the guy who's dapper, the guy that puts me to shame, because black guys are supposed to be fashionable, but I'm not. But he is, and that's why I tell everybody about him. The one and only Howard Wiggins. Yeah.
Thank you.
So these two young ladies, if it weren't from Howard, I wouldn't have met him through Chef Rachel Roberts from Houston, Texas. So with that, I'm glad to have my friend, and I'm glad that she's one of the pipe nuts with, the adventures of Pipe Man, the adventures of whatever he has, because he's always doing something, Dean Piper. And with that, sitting next to her right, I like this lady. She's very nice. I really like her husband, Chris. He's really a cool guy. He doesn't like people, but if he likes you, he'll talk to you. And I love her hospitality. So from Rachel and meeting Howard and Rachel meeting Shannon, I'm calling in the Houston girls tonight because they're at Rachel's house. And usually Rachel prepares something, but she's graduated now. She's drinking bourbon tonight because it's all about country music and everything like that. So, and then the last minute, hopefully Tosh, always popping in at the last minute because she already knows what's going on with everything from Miami, Florida. So with this, man, we got to start with you first of all. What got you into being that DJ? Because you're really, really good. And I don't just say that. Coming from an old disc jockey from the 70s of what I was doing, I was impressed with the playlist you did. I immediately was looking up stuff that I had never heard of before that had been out. And I loved how you were teaching people how to dance. And so everybody, how I found her, we went out for gravy and my friend Kiki's birthday party. It was an adult birthday party, but we were good there. And it was funny the things. And I saw her teaching line dance, and I'm like, wow, she's really good at this. She's got this down. I didn't know anything about her. And I didn't even know she was a disc jockey until she went back. She's running back and forth. And she's playing some iconic music that I really like. And I love what she did. And so I'm like, who's playing this? Who's this? And she would come back and tell me. Normally, DJs they can't be bothered. They think they're better than everything. Not from her. She was very, very nice and very personal. She made me want to go back the Stoney's Rockin, country music in Vegas. I really love it there now because of that. So when we have a private party in Vegas, we're going to have it there. And I'm going to make sure that she's there. So I'm going to talk about that to everybody. Talk about how you got started, why country music is the world's best music in the world. And you've been there for a long time, obviously.
Well, yeah, I've been there for, it'll be 14 years this October. And I've only been DJing there for going on 3. So I'm actually more so on the newer side of the DJing scale. I had been a dance instructor there for going on like 8 to 9 years. And I think me being the dance instructor and just being in that environment for that amount of time that I've been in the environment for, I think that's helped my ear, and that's kind of helped my brain catalog, if you will, of just knowing old music, new music, everything that's kind of coming out, etc. And I think the dancing has kind of helped me laterally transition into the DJing because I know the music. I know the 2-step versus a cha-cha versus a line dance versus, all the kind of different variations of dancing versus, just sitting and listening to music. So, you got to kind of give them a little bit of a roller coaster ride, if you will, like you got to switch it back, give the partners a fun time doing what they're doing so they can get close to each other, then swap it back to the, line dancers. And yeah, no, I think, to answer your question about why country music is the best, I think it's just when you hear country music live, it almost sounds better. If not, it does sound better than it does when they're recorded, which is almost hard to do. I feel like in any other genre, like any live artist that I've seen when they've been country, they always sound better than they do on the radio. And I'm like, that's insane. Like they're out there and when they're acoustic, you're just like, what? This is so much raw talent, this pure talent that's coming out of them. And I think they tell really beautiful stories most of the time. Yeah, some of them can be kind of sad, for sure. But I do feel like for the most part, country music is very like wholesome, and people like to feel that kind of wholesome. I feel like in today's age, at least.
Howard, I know you're going to have some strange sounds going out technology-wise, but why do you like country music? Your country royalty there where you are in Brentwood, Tennessee, close to Nashville. Talk about your heritage so Manda knows, because I was telling her about you and why you dress the way you do. You're always dapper. You always have your hat on. You're that fashionable one for movie reviews and more. Right. Not me. I couldn't do it to save my life, but he's got it going on.
Well, I'm son of Little Roy Wiggins, and if you go to my Facebook, I put several old TV shows, probably from the 40s, that Eddie Arnold had, where my dad was playing with it. There's a song with Patsy Cline with Dad as the background. I did several things today that went back to that. Of course, I grew up around in a neighborhood where everybody around me was in country music, and my parents would have Saturday night would kind of have like their own little nightclub in the basement, and all their friends would come over and entertain and try out new songs. And there were records all over the wall where everybody had performed, and there was jukebox. It was an exciting time. But at my time when I was little, I didn't want to hear all that. But now I do. So, I mean, and line dancing, I love line dancing. That is so cool. And to me, I can't go just listen to music. If it doesn't make me move, I'm not having a good time. Exactly. I got to get up there and dance. Exactly. So that's what it's all about for me.
Well, you're a great dancer, Howard.
Well, thank you. Oh, and I want to show you my cross I got on today. This is a friend Rydell on pearls. So it's so pretty beautiful. Sharp.
Pretty.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Shannon, let's bring you into this. So as that business owner that has a successful business in Houston, Texas, and again, I met Shannon through Rachel. So this is why Rachel is great. You never know who you're going to meet. Even today, she's tossing somebody on to me who I kind of have to do some research on first because it comes from the other side. I'll get to that. But it's one of those things where, Shannon, tell us who you are. Tell us about your business and why it's important of what you do in Houston, Texas, because you have the strangest weather everywhere in the entire country, Louisiana.
Yep. So I've been an insurance agent for 22 years, and I just kind of fell into the line of work. It's not one of those occupations that you dream about, when you're in school, that's for sure. God, the weather here is so unpredictable. We've been having freak weather patterns since 2015, and this whole industry, and it's across the U.S. I mean, Terri, I know you guys are having crazy mudslides and fires, and it's just it's crazy. But I enjoy the work. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy helping people determine what their risk exposure is, and what's your capacity for it. So that's pretty much what I do. I do risk transference onto policy.
And how you describe your business was important to me, especially how Rachel was talking about it, where everybody has their flood insurance in Houston, and if you don't have that, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, Houston's flat, and we're a concrete jungle. And if you do not have flood insurance in Houston, you're taking a big chance. The other problem is that a lot of our dirt has clay in it, and so the dirt can't absorb it. So it just kind of like pools on top of the concrete and the clay dirt that we have. We call it gumbo dirt here. So yeah, everyone has to have flood insurance. Rachel, 3 times? Yeah, Rachel has flooded 3 times at her place. Knock on wood, I'm just across the bayou from her. I've never flooded. I don't know how I've never flooded.
Because you got that interesting house that you guys live in. I don't know. But yeah, poor Rachel here. She's had to go through it 3 times. And, in my line of work, I tell people all the time, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And all I can do is give you a check, to take off, to ease the financial part. But you still have to deal with the contractors, the debris removal, waiting for the contractors to even show up, building permits. It's a hot mess. I don't wish it upon anyone to file these big catastrophic claims. It's terrible. Yeah, you never want to be flooded. I've had it. I've had house burned down. I've had flooding, and I always talk about that stuff. You've got to have that.
I actually, next to a fire, flooding has got to be the worst claims. They're horrible. Mold. You get mold. We live in a subtropical climate. The mildew will grow in 3 days, and then everybody's sick with mold. It's terrible.
All right, Rachel, tell everybody who you are, what you're doing, what you've been doing the last week with Ruben Dominguez from Fox and everything like that.
Okay, so my name is Rachel Roberts, and I have a morning show called Coffee Talk. And so you can find me at Rachel Roberts Recipes or Rachel Ann Roberts on Facebook. But I do a lot of fun stuff, whether it's about recipes or cooking or coffee talk or on Fox News. It's always exciting, and there's a lot of fun things every single day. So make sure to tune in to me. And Shannon, sometimes she's there with me. We've dabbled in some podcasts together. I'm also doing a podcast with Rebel, the person. Rebel, say hi. Rebel.
Hi, look at that. I'm a puppy. I bark on command. Hello, Rachel.
Rebel. So Rebel and I, yeah, we work together with Piperman, The Adventures of Piperman. We go live tomorrow at noon. Which is a lot of fun. It's really you never know what's going to happen, and so it's exciting and fun. And I've worked with Brian for a couple of years now, doing movie reviews and more, which is always exciting and fun. And I love my co-hosts Howard and Nathasha and Terri and some other cool people. So yeah.
All right, nonstop, go for it.
Oh, I just like I'm out of the loop because I don't know, this year was got a rough start. I got sick and then I got well and then I got sick again. So I was sick for 6 weeks. But I'm back at it. I'm back training. I'm a fitness competitor. I'm really trying to get back on stage. I know I keep saying I'm doing it, but I found a trainer. So I picked a show. So I think I'm finally gonna do it this year. I just had to get over this cold. It's pouring rain here. Let me see what else is going on. We went to that premiere. I went with the premiere with Brian like a couple of weeks ago. That was fun.
Yeah,
What was
Helen
it?
Mirren was there.
Uh-huh.
Patrick Duffy was there. Can't remember. They'll come to me in a minute. Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, so it was for the Jewish Film Festival. It was nice. We had a really good time. And then I'm trying to think. Anyway, I do acting, I do art. I've been with Brian for over 10 years, co-hosting. I do a lot of red carpet events. That's kind of my forte. But I did get to stay home for like 2 weeks and watch a lot of Netflix. I watched.
I feel ya.
I watched. Finally watched Grizel, the godmother of cocaine. That was
Yes, Griselda.
Yeah, Griselda. I enjoyed that. I did a marathon of that, and then I watched a movie about a serial killer that I didn't know that existed that went on a killing spree in South Asia in the 1970s. This thing was like a documentary series. It's called The Serpent.
Yep.
I highly recommend you guys watch that if you haven't seen it. I know it's an older, docu-series thing, but it was really good because I didn't even know that guy existed. So it was really kind of creepy. He went around drugging and killing people like on this, and yeah, it was freaky. But so that's what I've been doing lately. But I'm working on some great things, so you'll see now that I've got my health back.
Amanda, I'm coming back to you in a minute, but I wanted to get to the girls because we're going to show a couple of clips in a minute. So, Felicia, talk about what you're wearing, what's going on with women in film and television there, and a little bit, don't tell them everything what we're working on, but just a little bit what we're working on for Knoxville.
Okay, I won't give away too much, Brian. Yeah. Howdy, y'all, from Knoxville, Tennessee. Felicia Indy's here, and I am partnering with Brian and my team and Linda Evgen from Nashville Whiffed, and we are super, super, super excited to launch a Knoxville chapter, which I think I'm going to call East Tennessee Heartland, because we want to include Miss Dolly and Sevierville and all those great folks. So we're just super excited and just deep into the throes and the planning and just crazy, crazy blessings coming our way. So yeah, it's a huge thing, and we're launching June 8th. So yeah, giddy excited. And speaking of country, Manda, I watched some of your tutorials. You are fantastic. A little side note. Me and my 27-year-old sweetheart met at Cotton Eye Joe's on a blind date, and we started doing the shottis of famous country line dance, and he flipped me, and I was like, oh, this is a game changer.
Literally,
That's awesome.
27 years later, that flip did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So, you're great though. What's your favorite line dance and song?
Oh, there's so many, and they're coming out with so many daily. It's hard to keep up with. But the one right now that everyone loves to do, which is Shivers, and I feel like there's a few different remixes that I use that kind of keep it a little bit fresh. But everyone loves Shivers. Everyone tries to get out there and learn it, and even when it comes on, even though it's like been played forever, I find myself out there kind of like, okay, I still like it. So I think that's probably my favorite one because I haven't gotten too specific yet. So
Rachel and I are going to check out those tutorials, and we'll do a video and we'll send it to you, Brian, for a good laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see that. All right, Amanda, before we show one of the clips, so Tosh, you got to talk about you because you're in the music, you're that singer-songwriter, and I got something special coming up for you in a couple weeks.
Ooh, hello. Hi, everyone. So I'm Nathasha, or they call me Tosh, and I'm a urban Latin singer-songwriter. I've been doing it for 4 years, writing my own original music. And honestly, it's been the best decision I've ever decided to just, trust in myself and be confident and be sure of what I'm doing. And it's been the most amazing 4 years in this career that music is, which is a very long and you have to be very patient, which I have learned in these past years. But yeah, I've been doing lots of music. I got a Sugar Daddy song out that I took out in November, which is a song that I'm pushing out currently. It's a fun dembo song on take on sugar daddies in Miami. So, it's all the songs that I do are very like hype and upbeat and kind of just very like spirit free and just like super fun. So if you're all about those vibes, I invite you guys to listen to all my songs, which is available everywhere. And currently I've been these past few weeks, I've been doing lots of writing sessions because I've been focusing a lot on collaborating this year, and I have learned so much when it comes to like working with somebody else, because you have different ways of how you create and how you do this. So it's been a nice learning curve when it comes to collaborating, and I'm just preparing for all the new projects that'll be coming out this year. A lot of collaborations. I'm also kind of getting into electro house music. So, there's going to be a lot of nice Tosh songs coming out this year that I'm preparing for you guys. But yeah, that's me. Music,
I want to
Tosh,
see the
radio,
line
Tosh.
dance. I want to see the line dance for Sugar Daddy.
Oh,
Go line dance for Sugar Daddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to, ask Manda.
Rachel and I will do one too. Yeah, everybody needs to do a line dance for Sugar Daddy.
Send the song my way.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can get a line dance going for it.
Somebody's got to give me line dance 101. I have never been in a country bar in my life.
Terri, when we're coming to Vegas, we're going to Stoney's.
I've never line danced. I've never been to a line dance bar ever.
So Amanda, now you know why I wanted to have you on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Y'all do know they line dance in other bars other than just country, right?
I don't know. I'm a rocker. So I don't really know that much. I don't know that much about country music. Only thing I know about country music is my dad was really into Willie Nelson, and I don't remember who else. And he used to drive us crazy because he used to play his guitar and sing when we were kids. I'm really uneducated about country music, so you guys can educate me because I don't listen to it. I don't know anything.
Footloose has a line. Footloose has a line dance. There's so many. It's all genres of music have line dances.
Yep.
See, Amanda, now you know why I was badgering you to come on, because Terri, where are we famous for? In Tennessee. We've got to learn this. So Amanda's got to do our instruction. Howard knows how to do it. Felicia knows how to do it. Shannon knows how to do it.
I know.
Rachel, she likes solo country, so she does her thing. But here's the thing. Let's take a look at this one of the video that Rebel has up, and then Manda will talk about it, because what I saw them doing and what she was teaching, it wasn't just country like Rebel was saying. It was all kinds of things that people were dancing with. That's why I like it.
Step, hitch, step, flip, shuffle, quarter, shuffle, high, back on your right, back on your left, rock back right, walk right, left, top, front and front out in, front and back and front out in, step half turn, out right, out left.
So that was just a clip. So Amanda, talk about why people are getting into this, because it's it goes way back, and Howard knows this because his family was involved with everything like country. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, that specific dance, I mean, as you can see at the end of the video, everyone does a big, loud woo. It's supposed to be a howl, actually. It's supposed to be a howl. The name of the dance is The Wolf. And I think just little things like that really, like, people just get so into making something as simple as a howling noise, or, shaking your hips, super crazy, like in shivers, or, just things like that. And because it's not just country music anymore, like, for the most part, there's a lot. I mean, when I first started, a lot of the line dances were to country songs, but now I've been doing this for going on 14 years, and I've seen how things have evolved, and a lot of the dances being choreographed now are to these hip hop, pop, top 40 kind of songs. So that's definitely bringing people in as well when it comes to the line dancing aspect. And then they hear the country and we switch back and forth, and they're kind of like, whoa, this is, really cool because, I definitely try to keep it 50-50. Stoney's is a country bar, so I definitely want to try and keep on brand for it. But it definitely does have a nice switch up for, there's a little something for everyone, I feel like, when it comes to it at Stoney's, because we switch it up with the music, we switch it up with the bands that come in, we're always mixing, so keeping it interesting, I feel like.
What made you be a disc jockey? Because DJ Badass, who's part of our crew, and then there's like another woman, I can't remember her name right now, who I found, and they became part of what we're doing. And I love what they're doing. I think women have a great, obviously they have a great niche with anything, which is why there's almost women except for me and Howard on here. But it's one of those things that it's important. But, so Terri, what I was fascinated by was what she was doing. She was playing different types. Before, when we got there, she was teaching, and then she went behind the mic. And then they had their go-go dances up on the left and on the right of the stage, actually line dancing. And I just loved it. I just loved the atmosphere. This is the first time that I said, I want to do this, and I know who I want to teach, and I got to have her on the show. And that's why I grabbed it. And that's why I wanted to be on.
No, the reason why honestly, it was dumb luck. COVID happened. Our D, unfortunately, he had some health issues, so he had unfortunately passed away. When we reopened, we went through a bunch of different trials of people, and that really stuck. And I just kind of volunteered, like, well, I can interim fill in for a little bit until we find someone. And that was almost 3 years ago. So I just kind of like from there just go in completely. And I'm lucky because I grew up in Vegas. I do have a lot of friends that DJ at clubs in town. They had setups at their house, so I was able to go over there and kind of work with them, and they could show me the equipment and give me a little bit more familiar, because I knew the music. The music wasn't the issue for me. It was just the equipment from that point. So yeah, it was honestly dumb luck, Brian.
No, you're very, very good at what you do. I don't just put like anybody on here. Plus, they have to wait a long time. I'm like, I have to have her on immediately, especially with what we're doing and where we're going. So, Tosh, I thought about your song as I was asking her question. So, does anybody know this song? Forgive me, because I had never heard it before, and I play it every day. It's like my coffee now. Whiskey drinking son of a bitch. I had to ask, man, I immediately ran to Manda. I said, who sings this song? Because I needed to know before the song ended. And I love that song. That's like my morning. I don't drink coffee.
Oh my God.
But that's like my morning coffee song now. I wake up and I play it. Yeah, exactly.
That's a very, very, very popular one. Like
I loved it.
That one I have to play. I play it every night. I kind of try and switch up what time I play it at, but it's like if I don't play it, people come up, upset, sad. Like that's the only one I know or I love. So like that is a very, very popular one.
What's the name of the song?
Whiskey drinking SOB, son of a bitch.
Oh, okay, well that kind of goes along the line my dad used to sing, "Take this job and shove it."
We're listening
Is that
to
also a song?
What?
We're listening.
Was that also a song? The name
Yeah,
of
it's
that
a country western song that was out in the 70s when I was a kid. I'm dating myself. And my dad used to play guitar and say, "Take this job and shove it." And like,
All right, so here's another one. This is for the ladies in Texas. All right, Amanda. What is it called? Last Night in Texas line dance. Talk about that.
Last Night in Texas, that's actually a different one, but Texas Time, that one is a very, very popular one that we've been teaching recently. Texas Time it's like on the easier side. It's a Keith Urban song as well, and I feel like it has kind of like a funky backbeat to it that people love. And then there's also another point in the song while they're dancing. It says "Howl at the Moon," and everyone on the dance floor, they hear that and they just go crazy and they all howl together, with the lyrics of "Howl at the Moon." They like to get very like our crowd and our country dancers really like to get into the lyrics and act out, while they're dancing, do what they're being told to do. They really, it's awesome to see, honestly. It's very entertaining.
Great workout too.
Absolutely. You get your steps in for sure.
Cardio and everything. Yeah.
So, Shannon, talk about the first time you went line dancing, Shannon.
Oh my God, high school. High school. We all would sneak into the country western bars here in Houston, and yeah. What was that country club called?
Here's another one.
That was the big one.
That I like, the church clap.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I immediately went back to her. Who sings this song? Because I had never heard these songs before, but I loved it.
Yeah, that's another one it's another crowd favorite. They pretty much are just hopping around side to side, and they get to do like a high kick at the end where they clap, underneath their legs, and you would be floored by the amount. It's pretty much like 30. There's more guys on the dance floor that are determined to kick their leg up as high as they can during this dance than the ladies, and it's awesome. Like it's so, and they're all their jeans. So I'm like, all right, guys, like make sure be careful. Don't want to have any. Don't want to rip them jeans.
Do you have people who come in there and know all the dances?
Absolutely.
I bet.
We have people that come in every single night. I see them every Thursday, Friday, Saturday at our south, and then I'll see them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at our north location, like diehards.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Hey, Manda, give the locations because you're teaching tonight too, right?
Yeah, I teach tonight. Yeah.
After the show, she's immediately running to go teach.
Yeah, it's at Santa Fe Station Casino out here in Vegas.
And then Stoney's?
Yeah, it's called Stoney's North 40. And yeah, it's a little kind of like a smaller version of our south location, the one that you frequent, that you just visited, Brian. So yeah, it's a little bit smaller. It's brand new, so it's bright, shiny, or is beautiful and all that. And then yeah, I do that on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then our south location is located in Town Square, kind of near the airport.
And you have actual bands come in. So the day after I went in, you had somebody on that Friday, which was Super Bowl weekend. Who was that played? That was packed.
Super Bowl weekend at North 40. It was. Oh, we have so many people come in. I know we had Nate Smith that was recently in town, and that was a sold out show. That was a completely it was crazy. It was a madhouse. And then we had Luke Combs that wasn't at Stoney's, but he was there Super Bowl weekend that performed the night before. So that was definitely a big show that was in town.
Mm-hmm.
So Felicia, the first time that you went line dancing, followed by Howard.
The first time I went line dancing, well, I don't know if it includes clogging, because I clogged it at Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede Saloon Show.
That's yeah, love it.
Yeah, I'm a clogger, so
love it.
I was probably 15?
Wow. All right, so Howard, let's go back into history. I know you didn't like it when you were growing up because your whole family was involved with it, but when's the first time that you actually enjoyed it?
I went to Dixon, Tennessee with a friend, and we did line dancing there, and that was probably the first time, and that was probably about 5 years ago. So I was a late bloomer into the line dancing. So you know how I started. I started with disco. I mean, let's face it.
So Amanda, with Howard, I was looking at
Howard,
the
you crush it in disco.
Well, thank you.
I was looking at his numbers. Howard, you're exactly at 15,000 on that one, another 7 on another one, another 9 on another one, and just going. And then, Amanda, put your social media links in for everybody when we're running at the end for the bottom too. So, Tosh, have you done line dancing yet? Because all the stuff that she was playing, there was all types of people going out there. And I saw these three black girls they were sitting in the corner, and when they went out, they just were like rocking it in the corner. And I thought it was fascinating. And I did see a lot more guys than women coming out at certain times. And I had never seen that before. And I thought that was fascinating. They were by themselves.
Yeah, no. So for me, I think I've only done it once. And it was like back in college. There was this one bar called Roundup that would always let everybody in, even if you didn't have an ID, underage. And I tried learning line dancing, and it was hard. It's kind of hard. Like, these people were like professionals. I'm like, okay, well, I'm more of a Spanish, salsa merengue type of girl. So I was just like, joining at the bar, like watching everybody. I'm like, all right, you guys killing out there. I'm here like supporting from the back.
Natasha, we're gonna have to be like we're the newbies, so we'll have to learn together.
Yes. There's some that I'm just like, okay, I can get this, and then I'm like, whoa, all these turns, and but it's all practice. But I've only done it once, and ridden a bull. Cannot not ride a bull in a country bar.
Well, that was a whole nother story with like 3 girls on the bull that night. That was fascinating too. Manda, what got you into music? Name just a couple of things off the top of your head without thinking of what you like, and then we're going to show another clip.
Sorry, in what way?
Just a couple songs that you like that got you into being a DJ.
I mean, I don't know, because I started off as just dancing to the music before I started playing. But I would probably say Tennessee Whiskey, because it's I was a go-go dancer before I started DJing.
Mhm.
And when you're up there and you have to go dance to Tennessee Whiskey, that is the most difficult thing to do. Like, it's almost like interpretive dance, because it's so slow. So, but it's great because it's such a beautiful song. So that would probably be the first. I mean, I don't know, Brian. The top three songs is hard for me.
Well, it is. That's why I kind of put people on a line like that. But so Terri, we do have a place to go. Rachel, do we have the place to go? I mean, when I go back to Texas, probably in May. I'm not saying for sure yet, Rachel, but probably in May. To help out with Cooper Harrison. Maybe I'll find a place to go, but I got to get some lessons in before I go down to Texas and make a fool out of myself first. Same thing when I go to Tennessee. I got to get some kicks in first, but that's what I'm going to do. All right, Rebel, let's see your next clip.
Heel and walk. Weights on that left foot, on that.
All right, there was another one. Knock boots and dance.
4, shuffle 5 and 6, 7 and 8, back 1, 2, back 3, 4, rock 5, 6, rock it 7, 8, tap 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, step 1, turn 2, step 3, turn 4, out 5, out 6, 7, 8.
That's that same wolf. That's that same the wolf. They love it.
So Terri, I found that fascinating. I just loved what she was doing, and then immediately she went behind the booth, and I go, "Where's she going?" Didn't know she was a DJ too. I had no idea, and that's what made it even fascinating.
Yeah, I try to keep it to where you don't really know what's going on, like in that regard. Like, as soon as my lesson's over, I'm usually still saying the steps as I'm walking up to get ready to play the music. That way, as soon as I'm like, "Okay, guys, ready? Here's our first song," and then there's no. We're going straight transition from the lesson into music, where there's no pause. We don't have to like say hit it DJ. It's just a straight, I'm walking up there. All right, we're done, play. And then we go straight back into it, So it's funny, Brian. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that I'm the same person.
No, I don't think they know, because you're like incognito when you're doing it. You're just like sipping back and forth. I didn't know you were that DJ, because I kept looking back. I'm always looking to see who's playing the music, and I couldn't see. So when I went around the corner, oh, it's her. And so that's when she gave me a card. I hope she didn't think I was picking up. I really wanted to know the names of the songs, and I really did like what she was playing, because that's why I don't go to clubs. They play all kinds of crap music, but here, every single song she played, I enjoyed, and I almost got on the floor, almost.
I was gonna say, Brian, I want to see you.
Almost. So, man, I was talking, we were talking last week about it, and I'm like, I just really, when you want to learn from someone, she's the person that I would want to learn from, and I know Terri would like that too, because she's just easy. Not, you're not being rushed out. Like, come out here. It's not like that. People really just want to go out and say, "Oh, this looks easy. I can try it. If she can do it, I can do it." It's kind of like that. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I even try and like say that as I'm walking out, like if you've done the electric slide, if you've done, you know, a Cupid shuffle, like I promise, like I will help you learn this dance, you know, like we got some time. Like, usually the second dance is easier than the first, so it's a little bit easier to pick up. But you know, I always say you're gonna at least knowing one of these dances, you know, like I break it down as much as I possibly can in the amount of time, and you know, just try and make the people that come out feel, you know, confident that they're gonna nail it. You know? And I even say too, I'm like, and if you mess up, no one's gonna know. You're out here dancing all the time. Like, don't mess up. You know, you just change the steps a little bit. You know.
All right, we got a couple minutes left, and then she's got to get out of here. So, Tosh, I'm gonna start with you. What have you been watching lately? Because the Bob Marley movie, One Love, has done very, very well. Elvis's movie last year did well. You know, there's I just rewatched the Minnie Pearl documentary, which I sent to a couple of people. Is out available now on National Public Television. Gloria Gaynor's stock is going wide now, so I'm happy about that, which was Valentine's Day that Howard and I saw back in October. So, a couple movies, Tosh, go for it and talk about your music.
Yeah, so I actually was watching War Dogs this past weekend. With Miles Teller and Jonah Hill. I had no idea this is all happening in Miami. So interesting, because a lot of my friends went to that same high school. So that was a cool movie. Then I saw ISS, International Space Station. And it's, I don't even know where I found this movie. I think this was like a pirated movie. I don't know, but it was so good. It was basically, you know, these astronauts, Russian and Americans, up in the space station. And there was a war that happened with Russia and America in the world. And they all got a message saying they had to take over the shuttle by all means necessary. So it was like a very one of those like intense, like, oh my God, who's going to backstab who type of movie. So that I've been watching that. And that's all I watched this past weekend. One Love is on my to-do list this weekend because I have heard amazing reviews on that movie. So that's on my to-do thing right now. And then music-wise, honestly, I can just tell you guys to just listen to Sugar Daddy, watch the music video because I spent a lot of time and there were so many things that happened in that day, but the music video came out amazing. And if you guys want to do some dance challenges to it, it's also up on TikTok. You can follow me at Vocally Tosh on all social media platforms and stream my songs on my website, nathasharumbosmusic.com. And yeah, just, you know, keep on the lookout because there's going to be a lot of new music coming out this year and it's going to be freaking awesome.
All right, Howard, go for it. Social media links, what you got working on, and a couple movies that you really like, and followed by Shannon and Rachel.
Just Howard Wiggins, Facebook and Twitter. I've got a new movie that I'm going to be in called Without Warning, and I play the father of a girl that has a bad boyfriend. I'll just say it that way. So I'm looking forward to that. That's probably about May, June, April. No, probably in April is when I think that starts. And I'm looking forward to doing that. I had another one out in May, but that got canceled because the producer's partner died. So they got legal battles that they're fighting right now, but maybe that'll come in a little later. And then I'm still waiting for my Hollywood movie, Who's Going to Take Care of Me, that I'm going to. And then the thing I like, I'm going to see Felicia at the Nashville Women in Film. That's going to have their red carpet coming up pretty soon. So we'll get to dance to that. So Yay! You know how I love those red carpet events. I just shine at those things. So yes. That's what I'm up to. So
and talk about Be Unique's jacket.
Be Unique. Well, I'm going to wear that to the Nashville Women in Film. It's my Dolly Parton jacket that I had custom done by Be Unique. And it's got, when I first met Dolly, she gave me her first RCA publicity shot. It's a big black and white poster that I still have in the closet. So on the Be Unique jacket, I have that picture of Dolly before Dolly just started. So she looks a little bit more normal, turtleneck, hair kind of like in a French twist. And I just love that picture. And of course, she signed it. I love you, don't tell everybody. But of course, I always do.
I love you, don't tell anybody or everybody.
And he does. All right, Shannon and Rachel, followed by Manda.
Okay, what are we watching? Netflix all the way. Expats and Truman Capote feud.
Ooh, with the Swans. Excellent
Yeah,
series.
the Swans.
Mhm.
It's juicy. I haven't finished it all. And then Expats with Nicole Kidman is
That's the
also
one I'm
another
watching.
good one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm watching.
What fascinates me about Rachel is when I call her, I'm like, okay, what are you watching? And she's always watching something, and she always surprises me, so I'm happy about that. All right, Rachel, what are you watching?
Same thing.
Same.
I'm watching.
Okay.
I'm watching the Expats. And then, what am I working on? Find me on Fox News. Find me on Piperman, the Adventures of Piperman podcast, your stuff. And I'm shooting videos for commercials, all sorts of fun stuff with Gubba Rum and all sorts of fun things. So where can you find me? Rachel Ann Roberts on Facebook, Rachel Roberts Recipes on Instagram and TikTok. We go live every week before we go live with you. So we were on tonight, and about an hour before the show starts. And yeah.
All right, Manda. I gave you a little time to think about a couple movies. Go for it that you might be watching.
Movies? I haven't really watched movies recently. I've been binging some Netflix shows. Actually, no, the most recent movie was that Jennifer Lopez. It was like a fantasy. It was almost like This Is Me Now, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, that's the one on Hulu. Yep.
Yeah, I just watched that like a couple days ago, and just kind of by random, just threw it on. Wasn't in the mood for anything specific, and it was a spectacle to say the least. Like there was a lot going on. Like Jennifer Lopez is such an entertainer in herself. Like she's just singer, dancer, actress, all that, and then the fact that she's like so vulnerably putting out her her relationships and how they've transpired over the years and leading her back to marrying Ben. It's very interesting that she's putting out her story like that. I love it. I honestly would love that for her. I thought it was great. And then I watch a lot of Love on the Spectrum on Netflix. I love that show. It's my absolute favorite show ever. So yeah.
And when people come to Vegas, which is what I'm talking about, tell them about both Stoney's. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Both Stoney's when they come to Vegas.
Yeah, so Stoney's in Vegas, we've got, like I said, our Thursday through Saturday at our main location, the Stoney South in Town Square, and then we have our new location in the north at Saturday Station, and that's on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We open at that location at 4 p.m. for happy hour, and then the DJ, me, I start at 7, and line dance lessons start at 7:30. And that's every night, Tuesday through Saturday at both locations. And yeah, that's where you can catch me at 90% of the time. I do have a place that I will be starting in March that on Fridays. It's going to be at the new Durango out here. It's called the George, and I'll be DJing there as well as teaching line dancing inside the George as well. So that's going to be kind of a new venture that I'm going to be excited for because weather's getting nice. They have a big patio that I'll be DJing out at, so that'll be pretty cool.
Congratulations on that. All right, nonstop. Go ahead, Alicia. You get the last word.
What? Oh, you guys can find me on Nonstop Terri. You talking me? Was it me?
Yeah, Terri.
Nonstop Terri Marie on all platforms. My website is terrimarieofficial.com. I'm going to be updating stuff soon. I have been in this thing where I'm going back and watching stuff that I watched back in the 90s. So I'm into Twin Peaks right now.
Oh,
so I forgot about Twin Peaks because I was really into it. And it's like I'm watching it all over again because I have a new understanding to it. Like the first time I watch, it's one of those things you watch it and then I'm like, okay, well now I'm kind of getting it. So I'm like into like the 5th episode on season 1 right now. It's on Paramount Plus. If we ever want to talk about old series and stuff like that, Brian, like, I don't know, I'm into this, like watching stuff I watched like 30 years ago.
Well, it's David Lynch. He's one of the strangest guys I've ever met. I still don't understand.
I love David Lynch. That like Mulholland Drive.
No wonder you're strange. I get it now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a big David Lynch fan, so that's why I went back and watched it. Yeah.
I still don't understand that movie. All right, Felicia, you get the last word. Go ahead.
Okay, awesome. Well, I watched the Minnie Pearl documentary. That was amazing. I didn't know she went to Watkins Belmont. My daughter, Grace, is at Belmont. I was like, oh wow, that was amazing. She was an icon in comedy, a legend, really. And then I was so blessed, really quick. I did the lead killer role all week. True crime. Y'all, I couldn't kill a bug, but hopefully I was convincing.
So imagine this, and I told her this yesterday, I think it was.
Yes.
She's going to have a lot of stuff coming to Knoxville for women in film and television. So that'll be exciting with that. Give you social media links real quick. Go ahead.
Felicia Indies on Facebook. Felicia.indies on Instagram. imdb.me/Felicia Indies. Thanks, y'all.
All right. And I want to say thank you for everybody, man. This is why I wanted you on, because of, what you do. You're really, really good. Josh, I didn't think about that, but I did think about you when I was over there about, sugar daddy line dancing, because I could see it. I could see it. And Howard, I was thinking about you. I didn't know you only 5 years ago you were line dancing. So that makes me feel even braver now. I can go out minus the cowboy boots and the hat and not feel like a fool. Yes, I'll feel comfortable. And so the girls from Houston, Texas, thank you so much. Rachel Roberts, Chef Rachel Roberts, and Shannon, thank you for being you, and Nonstop, and Felicia. And I say this to everybody. Have a good night tonight, a better day tomorrow. If you see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours, because the world needs it. The world really needs it. I'm Brian Sebastian. This is Movie Reviews and More, and we will see you next week.